notification button below. Today we speak about how South African lost the Spazashop industry. So there are many factors that have contributed to this. Number one is proper business acumen. Number two is lack of stock management. Number three is profit margins. Okay, what do I mean about the business acumen? Is that most South Africans started this Spazashop as a survival means or another source of income, but they never realized that they had to take it like a proper business and respect it like a proper business. This also led to South Africans consuming the goods that they were supposed to sell whenever a certain good runs out inside their house. So they go in the store and take it. And also lack of access to the people that are getting in the store and selling. Some of them would steal the money, some of them will consume the product that they were supposed to sell. So in that way it ended up going bankrupt, because if we can remember correctly, is that when foreigners came here, especially Somalians and Ethiopians, they were selling blankets, but they had the business acumen and they respected the money that they were making. So that's how they lost it, business acumen. So if someone is on a journey to starting a new or entering the Spazashop industry, they have to understand that it's better to pay themselves a salary than to take money whenever you need from the shop, or to consume any good whenever you do, because business is numbers, business is accounting, every cent counts. Our second point is lack of stock management. What does this mean? It means that South Africans never used to check the stock, never used to count the stock, never used to even have a recording system for the stock that is coming in and going out. And another point that I have just mentioned is that South African used to consume even the stock. They would also lend or sell the stock on credit to people that they are surrounded with. So they never understand the proper management of stock, because if you can manage your stock well, then you can be able to sell, and after selling, at the end of the day, you would see the profit, because the money that you spent buying the stock has already come back with profit. So that's another problem that made South Africans to lose the Spazashop industry. And then now we go into the third point. Number three, the last point, it's profit margins. So what do we mean about profit margins? We speak about the percentage that you make on the stock that you were selling. So another problem South Africa never understood was profit margins and selling goods. So you would find that every time you go to the shop and you want to buy this, and then you'll find that it's not available, then you'll move to the next shop, then you'll find a foreign national which is a Somalian and has all the stock. In that way, people were switching bit by bit to these Somalians because they were reliable and they could find anything they wanted. So without understanding the profit margins, black people ended up South Africans losing this industry to these foreign nationals. And another problem that they never understood is selling those small items that you should put maybe on the counter or next to the counter. Even major retailers, they still do that because they understand that you may come to the store to buy bread and then you are left with R1, and then you buy a sweet. That R1 you never intended to spend, but however you ended up spending on it. And then the last point on profit margins was that most of these South African nationals had the problems that they wanted to over profit on all the products, of which was a problem that led to the destructions of their businesses, because foreign nationals were considered cheaper than South Africans. Why? Because their profit margins or their cost of the products that they were selling were much lower than for South Africans. So foreign nationals never minded to sell a product that they know in each product that they are selling they'll profit maybe 50 cents or R1. But if now you take it into calculation and you calculate if they sold 1,000 items for R1 profit, they're still going to get 1,000 in profit, of which South Africans never understood that, and they always undermine that. Don't forget to check other content that we share on this platform. Don't forget to like, click and subscribe. Ciao.